Alright, this is Vegeta8259 again, and today I'm going to be doing a review of the Master Grade Shin Matsunaga's Zaku 2.0. Alright, and I guess we'll start off with colors. As you can see, this Zaku is almost completely white. Let's move the camera up a little bit. He's got a few parts of a light gray. It's about a 50% gray on the knees, the chest here, on the feet, and the backpack, and and the elbows too. And that's pretty much it. He's also got a darker gray for the whole inner frame, which on the outside of the kit all you can see is the joints and the hands and the knees and things like that. And he comes with black plastic for the low energy cables on his legs, his torso, and his head, and all these little thrusters everywhere. And of course he comes with clear plastic for the mono eye and the little glass on his face there. Alright, for articulation, this guy is, well, he's a 2.0, so of course he's going to have good articulation. I actually think I like the Zaku 2.0's inner frame even more than the Gundam 2.0 frame. I was really impressed with this kit. It was really fun to build, and it's just really nice. So let's get into it. His shoulders can go 360. It's actually a ball joint shoulder, so it can also rotate, or not rotate, but kind of wiggle back and forth. And he's got a joint up inside the torso that lets his arm come out like so. You see there, it just kind of comes out. The spike armor on this shoulder and the shield on this shoulder, on the original Master Grade, they were just kind of pegged in. Actually, I think it was a ball joint. But here, it's actually got a little piece with two joints on it that's, I mean, look at that. That can move almost anywhere. It can go all the way up. It can go back like this. You can go forward almost anywhere you want it to go. Which is actually kind of cool because I believe I recall in the original Mobile Suit Gundam, some of the Zakus had their shields like this. So now we actually have the option to do that. Alright, he rotates below the shoulder. He has double jointed elbows that bend quite a ways. He's got a joint in his arm it doesn't move a whole lot, but it moves just a bit. Right here, it just kind of goes up and down. This little last segment has a little bit of wiggle to it. And of course he's got those really articulated 2.0 hands. He's got a ball joint for the wrist, plus that little hinge at the wrist that lets him move his hand like that. And he's got ball joint thumb, and each finger is individually ball jointed, and each finger has a hinge in it, so it can bend like so. Alright, the head is actually, I think, one of the coolest parts of the kit, just because of the way they did the mono eye. On the original Zaku, there was a little tab back here which you could move back and forth to move the camera, but on the 2.0 what they did was they had a gear connected to the neck so that, well, let me move it so you can actually see it, so that the more you move the head, the mono eye turns. So like when he's back here, he's looking that way, and the mono eye just moves according with the neck, which you really can't see like that, so I will show you by just taking the head off, and the whole head just exploded. Let's get it back together. Well, that's like the second time in 2 days where I've put a mobile suit's head has just exploded on me. The same thing happened to Sazabi. Anyway, I'm just going to rotate the neck, and I went ahead and put the pink sticker on the mono eye. See how when I turn the neck, the mono eye goes back and forth? I just thought that was a kind of a cool way of having the mono eye be movable. Alright. And onto the torso. The little cockpit hatch opens up on both sides, and there's also a cool feature. If you take off the backpack, there's a little tab back here, and let's open these up. You might not be able to see it, but when you move that tab, the little cockpit switches to either the right or the left side. Let's see. Oh, maybe you can see it, I don't know. But anyway, you can switch the cockpit to the right or the left side, which I thought was pretty cool. Alright, the waist is on a ball joint, so it can move forward quite a ways, backwards, to the left, to the right. It doesn't rotate very much though, but it's a Zaku. Zaku's have never been able to rotate at the waist. The skirt armor is really well articulated. These front parts are just on ball joints. The side skirts are on ball joints as well, so they can move and have a little bit of wiggle. And the back skirt actually kind of comes down a little bit. It's on a double ball joint, actually. No, it's a peg, or it's like a some kind of hinge plus a ball joint, so it can actually move quite a bit. And I forgot to mention the side skirts can move back like so, in case he needs to move his legs really far up. On the backpack, the thrusters move just a little bit, and these little flaps move up and down. And part of his face just fell off. Now, the one thing about Shin Matsunaga's Zaku and Johnny Radine's Zaku as well, the 2.0 version, well, I assume it's the same on the 1.0 as well, is that they have really crappy knee articulation. The hip joint isn't bad. I mean, it moves forward and backwards quite a ways, both directions, and can move in and out quite a ways. But because of this modified lower leg, the knee articulation really suffers, so it's not even quite 90 degrees, but there it goes. And this thing is just falling apart. The little leg cables here, the cables on the face and on the torso are like a polycap tube with these little black segments around it, but this is actually just a spring with black segments on it. And I'm just going to take this opportunity to have my one gripe with the kit. The way Bandai had their little tube set up on the frame, where you just slide the segments off of the tree onto the tube, is a whole lot more trouble than it's worth. It's even more troublesome than just doing it the old-fashioned way by clipping the pieces off and sliding them on while it's off the tree. It was just, the new way they did it is just way more trouble than it's worth. Anyway, the knee moves separately from the lower leg, so I thought that was pretty nice. It moves with the knee joint. The feet are really well articulated. They can move side to side. I believe, yeah, there's a double ball joint up there. These little flaps on the back move up and down. The feet can go back just a little bit because of this thruster back here. They can go forward. When they don't come off, they can go forward like that. And this front toe, I guess, can move forward like so. And they can rotate just a little bit. And man, I don't think I've had this many parts fall off on a single review before. Usually my parts falling off count is limited to like 2 or 3. Alright, so let's do the accessories quickly and we'll end this. He comes with a Heat Hawk, a very, very nice looking Heat Hawk, much better than the 1.0. Comes with the good old Zaku machine gun, pretty much the same, just detailed a whole lot better than the original. The magazine comes off, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, you can clip it to his side skirts. Scope moves up and down, and the handle moves. Now the cannon is really special because it's got the standard little configuration like this. Scope moves up and down, handle moves up and down, but you can disassemble it and assemble it like so. Like this. You can have this whole thing. This is the way it's supposed to be, but they had the pieces left over from Johnny Raiden's Zaku, which gives you this end, which this is actually a Dom cannon, I believe. So yeah, or you could mix it up with the original cannon end. So really, you could mix and match it pretty much any way you want. And not really an accessory, but he does come with the standard top of the Zaku head, so you can have him without a command antenna if you wanted. And that's pretty much it for Shin Matsunaga Zaku. It's a good kit. It has a couple of flaws like the knees and the energy cables, but other than that, I recommend it, and any Zaku 2.0 for that matter. So I will see you guys next time.